In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a scene mockup using Adobe Dimension, a 3D scene. And what I've got is I've scanned in a sake bottle, which was given to me very kindly by a colleague of mine. He brought it in from Japan. And I scanned it in using my phone. And you can't really see it too well, but you can see this is scanned in. This is just a sort of a side picture. And this is all the details I got from the app. The app I used is KIRI engine, and it allows you to scan using your phone, a 3D scan of all sorts of things. It's very good. There's a free and paid version. I bought it. It's about, at the time, I think it was like £50 a year or something. But there's a free version as well. And what you get is you can export this and check if the free version exports as well. I'm not sure since I've got the paid version, but that's what I've done. And what I've also done is I've downloaded some scenes which I want to put my sake bottle in and then make it look like it fits. So let's go to Dimension. And I'm going to go, so I've just created a new file. So when you open up Dimension, you can do new or create new. If I go to the home, you see create new. There you go. And file and import 3D model. And it's the sake bottle 2. And I'll go to the advanced export and 3D model custom. OBJ is what I've used. And bring it in. And let's have a look, see what we get. Now, it's a bit small. So you just make it bigger. I'm not worried about the actual size. We'll play around with that. But there you go. And I've got my bottle. Thank you very much. The 3D scans worked quite well. I've tidied it up a little bit as well. But that looks all right. Thank you very much. But what I want to do is I want to bring in an image. So remember, I've downloaded, say, one of these images. This is like a cafe type, or maybe this one's got a bit more space. So let's go in and file, import image as background. And let's go to our desktop and let's try this one and bring it in. And here we go. Now, obviously, it's a little large. And here's the background information. Here's the output size. We've got a camera. It's imported a camera. We can play around with the focal length. You can see we're playing around with this, but it doesn't really sort of fit or anything. But at the bottom, we have match image. So let's click on match image. Set camera output, yes, to image aspect ratio, detect light sources, match the perspective, do OK, and let's see what we get. Depending on how fast your computer is, it may take a few minutes. And there we go. So it's sort of matched the camera to the perspective of the image. And here's our object. So I can click on it and then I can move it. And if you look, and let's make it a little bit bigger. And if I rotate it, it does a pretty good job of matching it to the image. And of course, I can duplicate this and rotate it around. And I'm just doing Alt or Option, click, and I can have a few copies there and I can play around with it. And that's how I can mock up my 3D scene. It works very, very well. And let's have a look and drag it over here. And I'll do this one as well. I'm using the little origin point there for a snap. And let's Alt drag again. And let's see if I can get it on top, which might look a little bit odd. Yeah, the snap doesn't work so well, but what I can do is I can just move things up and move things along. I'm just using the arrows. Just be a little bit, oh, just be a little bit careful what highlights. There we go. Up a bit, along a bit. And, oh, no, that's the rotate. There you go. And actually, let's rotate it around. If you can't select the little widgets, the cube for scale, the arrow for move, the circle for rotate, don't forget you can always just zoom in. And I'm just using the scroll wheel here and play around with it, which is another way of making it bigger or smaller. But that's how you can easily create a simple 3D scene, bring in an image of your choice, and match the two to create a nice 3D scene mock-up. And let me show you an example that I created. And here we go. Previously, I won't save this. I don't need to save this. Again, don't worry if it takes a bit long, depending on your computer. But here you go. See, I chose a different image, did the same sort of thing. Here's the camera in the top right. The focal length we can muck around. You can see we just play around. There's the background. There's the width and height of the camera, which I can change. And I can render this out. I can just click on render and it will render it out. Well, I can choose the settings if I quickly show you. Preset high, etc. And you give it a file name, you save it where you want to, and you do a save as a PNG, JPEG, or PSD, which I did already, but it works very, very well. And here is the result as a PNG, and the shading works very well. So that's a nice, simple way of using Dimension to create a 3D scene mock-up.